Just before 8 p.m., about 4,000 people were without power. Well, now CPS Energy says they are making progress. Only about 700 people now without power.
CPS Energy calling these outages weather-related. We did see rain earlier today. CPS had said a large outage in the zip code 78233 was affecting nearly 90% of customers in that area. Let's check in with meteorologist Adam Caskey for an update on what's happening out there now. Adam.
Yeah, Myra and Steve, whenever we see a lot of lightning, we always get some power outages with it. This is the radar between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. You see those numerous lightning strikes coming from the south going northward, particularly central and southern portion of San Antonio. That was earlier today. Now you look at the radar and we don't have anything out there, just some clouds lingering and left over. But the rain that we had scattered across South Texas has come to an end. I do want to point out tomorrow morning, we can't rule out a stray shower or two. Highly isolated, few and far between. Mostly cloudy to start the day, then becoming partly cloudy and even sunny into tomorrow afternoon. We'll start the day tomorrow in the mid-70s. We've got a weather pattern shift that's happening right now. I'm going to let you know what that means for rain chances in the days ahead. Talk about the Saharan dust when it returns and much more coming up, Myra.
All right, thanks, Adam. Now to kids and the coronavirus. Some children recently infected with COVID-19 ending up in the hospital, leaving parents concerned about what to do as the summer ends and school begins.
Tonight, a pediatrician with University Health is helping answer parents' questions.
Soon it'll be time for students to head back into the classroom, leaving parents with some questions. Dr. Teresa Reese with University Health hoping to keep parents informed. To those wondering about what safety measures to expect, the pediatrician says you want to ask about cleaning procedures, vaccination rates, and other policies within the school district.
What is the policy on distancing? Are the school desks set further apart? What happens at recess? What happens at lunchtime? They may not be able to do everything, okay? But the more that teachers are aware of what they can do, the better off for everybody.
San Antonio ISD getting a jump start on school. Students currently in the summer school program are strongly encouraged to wear a mask. The district says there's also frequent hand washing and 3 feet of physical distancing. Northside ISD says logistics could be an obstacle when distancing desks, but they plan to implement sanitation stations and plexiglass. Northeast ISD expects teachers to create as much distance as possible between students with the space provided. Sanitation stations will also need to be used before entering class and after recess.
For children who are under 12 years old and who can't get vaccinated, we need to give them additional protection so that they do not get sick.
Dr. Reese says students can still protect themselves while gaining the benefits of in-person learning.
And again, going back, wearing a mask, hand washing for the child, socially distance from those who you don't know their vaccination status.
Governor Greg Abbott prohibited a mask mandate in schools, but your students can still choose to wear them both in school and on the school bus. The doctor says choosing to wear a mask also has an advantage among the fully vaccinated.
If they're sick and don't know that they're sick with COVID, because people who are vaccinated can become ill, they won't spread it to other people.
Dr. Reese also reminding parents the risk of catching COVID through food prep is very low. The pediatrician going on to say students will benefit by being in class.
The friends, the exercise you get at recess and with PE, these benefits far outweigh the risk for COVID.
We also heard from a pediatric infectious disease specialist at UT Health San Antonio today, who says the proportion of children becoming infected is higher now that they are not protected. Dr. Tess Barton says generally children seem to be less severely affected by the coronavirus, but that number is not zero. There are cases of children being treated for the illness, and they are in the hospital tonight.
I don't have specific information on whether the children that I've been seeing with COVID specifically have the Delta variant or not, although we know that it's the most common strain that's going around right now. What I know is that we're seeing kids who are getting hospitalized. So we're seeing kids who are sick.
The American Academy of Pediatrics says every child over the age of 2 should mask up whether vaccinated or not. And Metro Health continues to offer free vaccine clinics for those who are above the age of 12. We have a list of tomorrow's locations right now on KSAT.com.
A troubling pandemic problem now resurfacing. A local nursing home dealing with an outbreak of COVID-19 cases. Nursing home residents and some of the first, of course, to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. Harness San Antonio Assisted Living and Memory Care saw an outbreak last week. 31 residents and 11 staff members tested positive. All of those residents had been vaccinated. 4 of the infected staff members were not vaccinated. Metro Health's new director, Claude Jacobs, points out while the vaccine is highly effective, it does not provide 100% immunity, and the currently dominant Delta variant is more contagious.
We're reminding folks about making sure they take the added precautions. We are paying attention to this pattern, but there have been breakthrough cases. We're just making sure that we work with our partners, with the clinicians, to at least protect residents.
The assisted living facility is testing all staff and residents weekly to try to keep the virus from spreading. Meanwhile, we're also learning more about the man you just heard from, the new director of Metro Health. Claude Jacobs has more than 20 years experience in public health. He takes on this leadership role more than a year after the former Metro Health director, Don Emmerich, resigned amid the pandemic. You can read more about Jacobs' background and the new position on KSAT.com.
An attempted break into a house leads to a confrontation with police. The suspect ending up dead after officers in Bernie responded to the scene. The 9 Team's John Paul Barajas spoke to a neighbor who heard the brief standoff between officers and the suspect.
The quiet town of Bernie got a rude wake-up call around 1 a.m. when 911 got multiple calls about a man trying to break into a home off Rosebud and Moss Rose Street. Those calls ended with a suspect being shot and killed.
You hear about it on social media, but when it happens at the end of your street, where you walk your dog every day, where you drive by every day, coming and going, I mean, it changes how you feel to be in your own home.
Wendy Sangdahl lives 3 doors down from where the suspect died. The crime scene is cleared, but blood and shattered glass remain. According to city officials, 25-year-old Cullen Condon, who lived on Rosebud, tried making his way into another house on the same street. Adding in Condon's attempt to get into the house, shots were fired. 1 bullet hit the bedroom window of where a child was sleeping. Luckily, no one was hit. When police arrived, they say he pointed a semi-automatic handgun at them and refused to cooperate. Sangdahl heard the whole thing.
Many, many times, over and over and over again, you could hear him, come out, put it down, show me your hands, come out, move.
Ruben Lasoya, another neighbor, explains he didn't know Condon well, that he probably moved into the neighborhood less than a year ago, but in his 17 years living in the area, this was a first.
Never happens over here in the little town of Bernie. Well secured, at least I thought we were well secured until this happens.
Yeah, that was John Paul Barajas reporting. The officer who shot Condon has been placed on administrative duty until the Texas Rangers can investigate the officer-involved shooting. That's normal procedure. And at this time, city officials have not provided us information on a possible motive as to why he was trying to get into the other house, Condon that is, or if he's had any prior issues with the law.
Right now, the search continues for this inmate who escaped the Gonzales County Jail. Juan Mario Garcia III on the run tonight. The Gonzales County Sheriff's Office says the escape happened last night while Garcia was outside for recreational activities. He managed to jump a fence and took off running. If you have any information, call the Greater Gonzales Crime Stoppers at 830-672-8477.
San Antonio police making a second arrest in an 18-month-old murder case, taking a 20-year-old man into custody for his alleged role in a West Side shooting. Investigators say Anthony Nash, one of 3 people involved in the attack back in January of 2020. The shooting happened outside of an apartment complex on Marbach Road near West Military Drive. According to the arrest paperwork, the victim, Anthony Shanks, lured out of his apartment, then attacked by 3 suspects. Last year, police arrested 22-year-old John Anthony Scheringhausen in connection with this case. When he was interviewed by police, officers say he admitted he helped lure the victim out of the apartment. However, he says he didn't kill Shanks. After reviewing evidence at the scene, police now accuse Nash and a 3rd suspect of shooting and killing the victim.
He admitted to it on tape. In day 9 of the murder trial of Otis McCain, jurors heard McCain admit to killing SAPD Detective Benjamin Marconi in 2016. Not on the witness stand, but in a videotaped interrogation. The lead detective appointed in the murder case took the stand today. He told the jury about the scene that day in November 2016 and a witness he spoke to who identified McCain as the alleged shooter. Jurors were then shown a 3-hour-long video of that interrogation. McCain was asked about his arrest and his custody battle over his son, whom he hadn't seen in 2 years. It was at that point McCain broke down in tears, both in that video and in the courtroom while watching that video. In the video, McCain denies being at the police station, then confesses to shooting Marconi.
You were here, and I think you were asking us to help you.
Sir, I was at the police station. I went to the police station, filled, burned it out, filled, and my heart started.
Jurors are expected to finish watching the rest of that interrogation video tomorrow morning starting at 9 a.m. You could watch the trial live on our website at KSAT.com.
It's still ahead on the Nightbeat. Ezekiel Elliott meeting with media after having the worst season of his NFL career. A live report as our coverage of Cowboys camp continues.
And food prices are rising. What the San Antonio Food Bank says is the one grocery item that they continue to see that's increased throughout the pandemic coming up. New tonight, the numbers are rising when it comes to grocery store shopping. While the supply chain is still trying to recover, other factors are leading to a rise in food costs as well. It's another obstacle for families trying to find their footing after the pandemic. The Night Team's Petty Santos reports they are finding help in community food pantries.
Jesus Martir says it's become difficult to provide for his family of 6 since the pandemic took away his job.
Everything is getting more expensive.
He needed a hand up and turned to the San Antonio Food Bank.
Sometimes you need to buy clothes or you buy food.
Inflation is pushing up the cost of things like gas, rent, and other bills, but paychecks aren't going up.
Unfortunately, there's no money left over to buy food, and so therefore they're coming to the food bank.
Eric Cooper with the San Antonio Food Bank says families can't stretch their dollars anymore.
We all have to eat. At the end of the day, we have to be nourished. It isn't something we can remove from the household budget, so increased costs can be devastating to a family.
According to the July Consumer Price Index report, food prices rose 2.4% in the last 12 months. But the price for eating out jumped even higher at 4.2%, mostly due to the increase in prices for meat, poultry, fish, and eggs.
The one price I have seen is like the fajitas and, you know, the beef, the meat, some of the meats. Yeah, they've gotten pretty ridiculously high.
The Texas winter storm also disrupted the availability of cheaper local produce,
which has caused retailers to have to import more from the coast, from California and Florida. That drives up some of those transportation costs.
And prices for some things might come down soon, but not everything. Cooper says peanut butter is one of the most in-demand items at the food bank. And he says when prices went up a few years ago, they never really went down because it's a staple and families are willing to pay for it. Steve, Myra?
All right, glad we have that resource in our community. Thanks, Patty. Look outside with Sky 12 right now. It's a festive Tower of the Americas.
It is, and much different scene than just a couple of hours ago when it was pouring out there, Adam.
Yeah, and we had lightning strikes galore, especially downtown and on the south side of San Antonio. There was a lot out there. And overall, in terms of rainfall at the airport, we picked up just over half an inch, 0.57 to be exact. And with the rain and extra cloud cover earlier in the day, that limited our high temperature to only 87. Average high now is up to 96. No problem making it close to that. Del Rio and Cotulla, especially Del Rio, just sunshine most of the day and missed out on the rainfall. But today was our last splash. We're getting back into a more typical July summertime pattern starting tomorrow. So sunny and dry. And then along with our summertime pattern comes the return of the Saharan dust. Let's time it all out for you. And first talk about how much rain fell and where. Notice northern Maverick County. And by the way, this isn't just the rainfall today. Since our little stretch here this week of rain is coming to an end, I'm showing you all the rainfall since Monday. And as usual with rain, you have some pockets of a lot of moisture and high accumulation in some locations, of course, that are the have-nots and didn't get much. Stone Oak just under an inch. Sutherland Springs nearly 3.7 inches. Gonzales about 3/4 of an inch. Smiley over an inch and a half. Pleasanton over an inch. Pearsall 2.83. Again, that's since Monday. Now, let's put this in perspective here. We're going to rewind to 3 months ago. This was the drought monitor where 67% of Texas was in drought. And a lot of that was here in Central and South Texas and even far West Texas. Every Thursday, the new drought monitor is issued. Wait for it. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. It's been a good summer for us. And even the spring, of course, was good as well. But we really wiped away the drought. And the rain that we had recently today is what I like to call maintenance rain. We've been out of drought in our neck of the woods for quite some time. Now only 3% of the state is in drought, and that includes wiping away a lot of it in West Texas. But the rain we've had lately is good maintenance rain, maintaining our lack of drought. One thing we can really thank for this is this upper level low pressure system. Now, I know a lot of you work outdoors. Roofing, construction, landscaping. It's been tough for you. This is leaving. Okay, so we had some good maintenance rain. Now the upper level disturbance that we had this week, it's moving out of here and it's going to be replaced by a big blue H that's coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. So upper level high, that's going to be settling in, and that's going to give us a return to our more typical summertime pattern of sunshine and temperatures well into the 90s. The dust, though, it's not far away. That ridge there, that high is going to bring in some of this dust. Right now, it's over the southern Gulf of Mexico, Bay of Campeche, and even the Caribbean. This will continue to get pushed our way in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And by tomorrow, you should notice a little extra haze in the sky, especially locally and east of I-35. And it's going to linger around all the way into Saturday and then dissipate on Sunday. So if you are sensitive to minor to moderate amounts of the African dust in the air, just note that the next couple of days will have it present. 74 right now. We've been in the mid-70s since 5 o'clock, since the rain hit. Rio Medina 71, Bulverde 71, Pleasanton 74. So often this time of day in July, we're talking 80s still on the map. That's not really the case, except for Laredo and Del Rio, 86 and 83 respectively. So tomorrow, low to mid 70s in the morning at 7 a.m. Some clouds to start the day, maybe an isolated sprinkle or shower. Otherwise, a sunny Friday, 94 the high temperature, a bit breezy, southeasterly wind at 10 to 20. And then it's more of the same. Those low morning clouds through about 10 a.m., breaking out into sunshine, good pool weather this weekend, highs in the mid 90s. Good Saturday to smoke some meat, maybe brew some beer. I think you know my plans. That's what we're doing. And then this continues next week.
A little thermometer here and there.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Adam.
That guy knows how to live. All right, let's go to California right now. You've got Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Greg Simmons, really the triumvirate of Cowboys camp. But we haven't heard from Ezekiel We haven't heard from Ezekiel in a long time, Greg.
Yeah, in fact, you're talking about since the end of last season. So when we come back, he does speak to the media today for the very first time in many, many months of silence. When we come back, it's also the first day of practice, so it's good to have everybody back into the fold. And our first Cowboys camp guest coming up.
You said game checks? Yeah. I mean, you just told me something new.
That got his attention on his 26th birthday. The NFL warning that teams face forfeits and players' game checks if there's a COVID outbreak among non-vaccinated players. It's time to go camping with KSAT.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our live coverage of the Dallas Cowboys training camp here in California. The first practice of training camp is always special, none more so than this year. But the big story has got to be Ezekiel Elliott. Silent throughout the entire offseason until now, after having the worst season of his NFL career, just 939 yards, averaging 4 yards a carry, both career lows, and giving up 4 fumbles, a career high. Elliott met with the media today after practicing, making protecting the football his #1 priority this season.
I think it's definitely something I need to work on. I think it's definitely something that, I needed to improve. And so, I went and got in the lab and got better. When you carry the ball, you kind of carrying the whole hope of the whole team, the whole organization, the whole fan base, and coughing it up and giving it to other team, you're letting everyone down. So, I think that's the number one thing. That was my focus this year is protecting the ball.
Good to hear. There's been a lot of conversation about vaccines now that the NFL has issued that threat about game and check forfeitures if there is an outbreak of COVID-19 among non-vaccinated players. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said there's only a handful left that have not taken the shot to prevent COVID-19 on the Cowboys. Is Zeke one of them?
I got the vaccine just because, I wanted to put myself in the best situation to be out there for my team week in and week out. But, not everyone feels that strongly, or maybe other people, still have their view of vaccines, and you can't force someone to do something that they don't want to do with their body.
By the way, Zach is down to 218 to start this season. When we come back, the draft pick that is already making his mark. Next. We're joined by the Cowboys' third-round draft pick out of UCLA, defensive tackle Osa Odighizuwa. Yes, sir. Awesome. Yeah. Good to have you here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
What was it like your first day of professional training camp?
It's a pretty good first day. Since we're not in pads, it's pretty similar to like OTAs. So just still getting a good feel for it, learning the playbook. Our objective is just to be 100% on the playbook by the time this thing's done and healthy. So I feel like we had a pretty good day. Got a good start to building who we want to be and just another step towards learning the whole playbook.
You're wearing number 75. Any coincidence that's how you were?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they did that intentionally. Since I was the 75th pick, gave me number 75.
What was it like to hear your name called on draft night by the Cowboys?
It was surreal, to be honest. Still adjusting to. I'm here now, but still just soaking it in and just enjoying it.
Did you ever picture yourself in a Cowboys uniform on draft night?
I didn't, but I'm so glad that it happened to be here on this team.
Is it strange for you to be practicing here, having training camp here so close to where you played your college football?
It's really nice just being back in this California weather. Beach is pretty close by, got the ocean breeze. Real grateful, really blessed to be out here.
Have you been slapped in the face by the Texas weather and humidity there yet?
Yes, definitely.
I will tell you, get used to it. Don't like it. You just get used to it.
Yeah.
Right? Where do you fit in, you think? Because you're coming in as a rookie, they're trying to upgrade everything on the defense from every position possible. Where do you think you fit in?
I feel like I fit in as a guy who's going to play a significant role in the defense, in the run game and pass game, and just being used as a guy that's going to get vertical, be disruptive. So looking to carve out a role, just be able to help us win. That's the whole goal.
Where do you think the Cowboys can focus even more on upgrading this defense? Because obviously they spent 8 of their 11 draft picks bringing you guys in and mixing that with the veterans that you have now, which are guys like obviously Randy Gregory and a whole host of veterans. So does that help you progress, you think, even faster as a rookie?
I'll say so. Just having a lot of guys that I could take knowledge from and just take advice from. And then being with a new defensive coordinator, we're all learning the play, so we all in it together and just kind of building that bond right now.
Good luck this season.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, here's a look at the Cowboys' schedule tomorrow. They had the day off, but we will be talking to Dak tomorrow as well. Also, was nice enough to first sign our camp sign, our board, which will help the Society of St. Vincent de Paul raise money for the homeless and the working poor of Bexar County. Great first day of practice. Looking forward to more later in the week. Live from California, Greg Simmons, KSAT 12 Sports.
I noticed you only said Osa's name once, his last name.
Yes, and he corrected me the first time, but he was very nice about it.
That's a big
Very
guy.
nice
You definitely do not want to get his name wrong. Thank you.
I'm not going to make him angry.
Yeah, thank you, Greg.
Thanks, Greg. We'll be right back.
That's it for the Nightbeat. GMSA starts at 4:30.
Have a great night.